Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So sorry about the late upload tonight. It's my birthday today, so I've been out all day with family and stuff. But I'm back home now, making a video slash story time for you guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I've seen all of it, and I appreciate it so much. I'm 23 now, which is bittersweet, because I feel old, but at the same time, I'm not that old, so whatever. But yeah, anyway, enough about me. Today's story time, I thought I would tell a birthday-themed story time. I can't believe I forgot about this. I woke up today, and it was like the first thing that entered my mind. I was like, holy shit, how have I not told that story yet? So I'm telling it to you guys today. Hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's jump into this. So today's story time all starts off as a normal birthday for me. I was turning 18. This was my 18th birthday. Now, at this point, I wasn't in school anymore. I had officially dropped out. And at this point, I was doing YouTube full time. And I wake up, I get up out of bed. I was excited for the day because I had a really big birthday party planned at my friend's house. He was letting me throw a party at his house. And my friend had a huge house. So I was really stoked on that. But yeah, got up out of bed, took a shower, got ready for my day. My friend called me up, the one that was hosting the party. He's like, yo, man, you stoked? You excited? I was like, fuck yeah, I am. And fast forward to later that night, I went to his house. I was like the last person there. Everybody else was already there. So when I walked in, everyone just screamed happy birthday. And there were so many people there that I knew. Like, it was awesome. It was pretty much every single friend from my hometown packed into this one house. And I was just having a great time. Honestly, like, this was a really good birthday party. And the first, like, couple hours of the birthday party, perfect. No problems. Everything was great. But then a couple hours later, a lot of people started showing up. A lot of people I didn't even know who they were, like random people. And yeah, it just kind of got overwhelming. So my friend decided to shut the whole thing down. He just like went through and told everyone to go home, except our like core friend group. There was like 5 or 6 people that stayed behind, but pretty much like 95 to 99% of the party was gone. He sent everybody home. So after that, I decided to go to bed. Most of my friends decided to as well. We were all crashing at my friend's house because a lot of them were a little bit on the tipsy side, so they couldn't drive or anything, and I was just too lazy to go home, even though I wasn't drunk. So yeah, I went to bed. I laid down in the guest room. I closed my eyes, and then like 30 minutes later, I wake up to someone turning the doorknob of my room, and the door opens, and it's my friend's mom. I didn't even know she was home this night. I thought she was like on vacation or something. I thought that's why my friend let me have my party at his house. But I guess she was there the entire time, just hiding in her room or something. So yeah, she opens up the door to my room and she goes, "Oh, sorry, Austin, I didn't know you were in here." And I was like, "It's okay, don't worry about it." And she's like, "Hey, it's your birthday today, isn't it? Like you had a party downstairs." I was like, "Yeah, I did." And she sits down on the bed next to me and puts her hand on my leg and goes, "Happy birthday, sweetheart." And I was like, "Thanks, Mrs." And I said her last name. And she's like, "So, what'd you get? You get anything cool?" And I was like, "No, not really. I mean, I don't really get gifts anymore. I'm kind of old now, so I feel like no one really cares enough to get gifts." And she goes, "Oh, that's not fair. Like, everybody deserves a nice gift at their birthday party." And then she starts running her hand up my leg. And at this point, I'm getting a little weirded out. I'm like, okay, this lady's definitely hitting on me. And I could start to smell alcohol on her breath. So I realized, like, okay, she's drunk. So I stop her hand from moving any further. She was getting close to my thigh at this point. And I stop her hand. And I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she laughs and she's like, "Oh, nothing." And she starts to lean in. So I jump back and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, stop it. Are you trying to kiss me? Like, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Maybe." And I was like, "You are literally my best friend's mom and you're drunk. You're just not thinking clearly. Like, you need to just relax, go to bed, and I'll talk to you in the morning." And she's like, "No, I'm thinking the most clearly I've ever thought." And I'm like, "No, you're clearly not, because you're trying to hook up with your son's 18-year-old friend." And she's like, "Yeah, exactly. You just turned 18. You're legal now." Keep in mind, this lady had a boyfriend. She had been dating my friend's stepdad for years, like many years. And I was like, "You literally are dating my best friend's stepdad. Like, what are you trying to do?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just bored." I was like, "Go to bed, please." And she goes, "Okay, whatever. You're no fun." And she gets up and she walks out of my room. Now, immediately, I'm sitting there thinking, was that a fever dream? Like, did someone put something in my drink? Like, am I tripping right now? So I get up and I walk out of the room. I go downstairs and my friend is on the couch watching a movie. My friend that, is the son of the lady that was just hitting on me, trying to hook up with me. And he's awake. And I was like, "Hey, man, can I talk to you outside for a second?" And he's like, "Sure, dude." So me and him go out to his back porch, and he can see it on my face. I'm like pale as fuck. He could tell I'm like holding something in. And he's like, "What's going on, man? You seem kind of like skeeved out about something." I was like, "Bro, your mom just opened the door to my room, really drunk, and like put her hand on my leg and like leaned in for a kiss. Like, I think your mom just tried to hook up with me." And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear that. I just don't know who to tell." He's like, "Nah, man, no, it's good. Like, thanks for telling me. But what the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't get it. I think she's just really drunk." He's like, "Yeah, man, she is hammered. She's been drinking wine all night since the party ended." I was like, "Yeah, I could tell." So after I tell him this, I go back to bed and I tell him that I'll see him in the morning. And the next morning comes along, and I wake up to a knock on my door, and I open the door, and it's my friend's mom holding a big plate of breakfast for me. And she goes, "Hey, I made you breakfast." And now she's sober, which is nice. And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And she walks it into my room, and she sets it down on the bed. And she goes, "I want to talk to you about last night." And I was like, "Oh, what about it?" Thinking that she didn't remember. And she's like, "Last night I came in here a little bit off the wine, and I acted unlike myself, and I just wanted to say sorry." And I was like, "Don't worry, it's all good. Like, sometimes people just get a little bit too drunk and they act a little bit out there. It's literally no big deal at all." And she goes, "Yeah, but the thing is like, I've always had a little bit of a crush on you every time you come over, and like, drinking just makes it, come out in me. So I'm really sorry." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." But in my head, I'm thinking, what the hell? Did she say she had a crush on me? And then she goes, "I think it's just a good idea. Like, don't come over and have any more parties over here, because if I get alcohol in me, I just act crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, no worries. Don't have to worry about that anymore." And she goes, "Okay, thank you, Austin." And she turns around and she walks away. And immediately I text my homie, and I was like, "Hey, dude, your mom just said she has a crush on me, so that's nice." And he's like, "Bro, you can't come over anymore. You make her act weird." So yeah, I literally wasn't allowed at my friend's house anymore because his mom had a fucking crush on me. And it was just weird. Like, ever since she told me that, I can't go over there anymore because every time I do, it's awkward. I notice her staring at me and shit. She flirts. It's just like weird. And I know some weirdo in the comments gonna be like, "Austin, did you hit, bro?" No, I didn't. You wanna know why? Because I value my friend's friendship with me. And if I did that, I would ruin his family and my friendship with him. So no, I did not hit. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of today's story time. Moral of the story is, don't act like my friend's mom, because that was awkward as hell. And that's pretty much that. Anyway, guys, thank you again for all the birthday wishes. I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace. In the night, you be wanting to fight. When I pull up, you see it's like, oh shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind and I know